Yo, 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 Level Up Titan here. Today we are looking at the D373 and reviewing this aircraft. So let's get a look at it. Alrighty, this is a 1-0 reserve for French Tree. It is a fighter and also a naval aircraft. It's from France. Time compared to some of the other aircraft we got. The total cost to modify everything is 3,610 RP and 168 SL. Alright, so next on our list is going to be looking at the modifications. Alright, so we got default, universal, tracers, and stealth. As always, my preferred is stealth because we're using arcade mode to grind out these younger aircraft in the tech tree. The first thing you want to grab whenever you're upgrading is going to be 100% the offensive 7mm rounds. It's going to be very quick, get a few kills, get that in there, so that way we could easily grind out the rest of this. Alright, let's look at our x-ray analysis. Here we got our engine, which is a typical radial engine with 906 horsepower. Our 7.5mm machine guns shoot slower than our other reserve aircraft right here. If you see, our 1 second burst mass is 0.65 versus 0.88. We got 1,000 rounds a minute versus the 1,200 rounds a minute from this one. Now this plane is unique, just like the other aircraft, that it is a single wing instead of a bi-wing like most aircraft at its rank, but it doesn't really suffer too badly from that. Alright, let's hop into an arcade game. Alright, we're going to start in. We got our stealth selected, and we don't have any camouflages, skins for this aircraft at the moment. I honestly don't think Gaijin's going to implement any, but we'll see. Alright, we're coming into battle here. We got a few guys in front of us, a P-40, Gladiator, HE-51. And we're going to come around and just show you how powerful these things are. And just like that, we got a hit. And now we're shooting. They got to watch out for the guns because they do like to jam. We got another hit. And now we're trying to get that kill. We got the assist, but that's alright. We got some more aircraft here we can target. Do a quick reload, and we're done. Now we're gonna try to shoot this guy down. See, it is always a challenge whenever you have 20 people trying to hit you, but we'll do the best we can here. Got a kill there. Alright, got him. Alright, we got another hit there. Alright, this guy's coming around quick on us, so we're gonna turn, try to hit him. Now we got flaps, so we can always use flaps to get a better turn radius, so we can't forget about that. And get low to the ground, and we're gonna come over here and hit this guy, and then we're gonna grab him. Got a crit, and we got knocked out. Use our backup to get back in the game. So if we're looking at our stats, we already got 2 kills, 2 assists. It is a decent plane if you're using the stealth rounds, but you still have to be aware of what your opponents are doing. It performs pretty decent in a 1v1, and then we're gonna try to snipe this guy out of the air. And we got the snipe. What's up, teammate? Also, it's very lovely whenever your teammates run into you, you know? We're gonna come in, try to get this guy who's flying straight towards us, and instead of going for the head-on, he decides to try to outrun us, and he successfully does get the run up on us. That's fine. We're gonna turn it back around, get a couple more shots off, and try to not get tagged from behind us, and we almost got it. I think we broke off his wing though, and we got the kill. All right, our engines are destroyed. So the great thing about a reserve aircraft is if you crash it or just jump out, you don't have to worry about a wait time. Another thing I forgot, by the way, crew. Make sure you always crew. So we're gonna look here, upgrade to expert. If you can afford it and you have the SL, go ahead and make sure you get that crew done. That adds +3 to everything. As you can hear as an example in this other one, +3 to everything. Now if you look here, this is what we got so far for 4 kills and 1 severe damage, 2 assists. We got 1,106 RP and 2,000 SL for a small short game. We're hopping to air realistic. It's pretty bad, but we're gonna try it out. Alright, for this we're gonna go in with our tracer since it is a realistic match, just because it's hard to see where our bullets fly. Remind yourself not to, dip your nose too low or anything. Just try to keep it like a normal aircraft, lift off the ground, super easy. Retract them, flaps, and stare off into the sunset. Alright, so if you notice, the biggest difference here is that it's going to be really hard to get 3 kills to get that 100% bonus RP, and that there's a lot less aircraft in the air. So even though you do get more RP at these early matches, it's just always better dogfight because you get that RP bonus in air arcade, of course.
The enemy is winning.
So one issue you often find in these games of realistics, if you don't get no kills, you will not get any points. So what we're gonna do is just head over here and attack a ground target so we get at least participation points. We're gonna come over here, hit this ground target, and this thing does not do good against ground targets. Jesus Christ. I can't even kill artillery with this thing, barely. And we have our first contender, and he just flew right into me and knocked me out. Great. All right, as you can see here, we did one game and we got 1,254 RP. We did get that aircraft kill at the end. He crashed and we got the kill. And we got 2,669 SL. So, while RP may be a viable option if you're trying to get back-to-back games, you might prefer the arcade. So, RP, if you see it, realistic battles are not that bad of an option, just so you know. Alright, we'll appreciate it. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time. And in final thoughts, the D371 outperforms the D373. So, see ya.